Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, what I want to be doing is just breaking down this protocol in which I've been working on for the past couple weeks now. The reason why I want to share this protocol is because whether you're a DTC founder, whether you're an agency owner, the same problems after consulting dozens of DTC founders itself have come to this conclusion where the variables that you have to look at in order for you to find success, whether you're advertising on TikTok, whether you advertise on Facebook, whether you find an access channel that's so content heavy, right? These are the variables that you need to figure out in order to properly scale your lead gen, and on top of that, possibly even improve your back-end lifetime value of customers. So with that being said, let's just dive into the Google Docs. So the permutations for variables to lower this said CAC. So for us, Express Media and our clients, right, we've been able to diagnose problems with the sales funnel underneath this lens in which we approach and the way we look at everything in all these variables, right? So the new customer or the cost to acquire a brand new customer is simply a function of these following variables, right? And with that being said, it's just a matter of ultimately looking and dissecting each funnel layer by layer. So we break it down into the sales funnel entirely into mainly 4 stages, right? So you have your creatives, you have your post-click process, you have your offer, and then you have your access channel in which you're driving traffic from specific audience for that said offer, right? So we categorize C as the creatives, the format in which the product is displayed, whether that be UGC, static images, or carousel images. We have PC, which is the post-click. This is parts of the sales funnel in which a cold prospect learns more about your brand, whether that's through landing pages, whether that's through product display pages, or if you just send them direct to checkout stage, right? And then we also have O, which is the offers. The offer is simply adjusted to the specific access channel in which you're used, that is used in order to get the product in the hands of new potential buyers, whether that's Google, Meta, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc., right? And so when we break down this formula, the reason why most DTC brands lack a surplus of cash flow is simply because the front-end CAC is not, it's not that they don't have product market fit, but the front-end CAC, there's drop off in between these steps that doesn't, drop off in the sales funnel in which if you have one mess up in the sales funnel, well, then your CPA is going to reflect that and you're not going to be profitable. So for example, we had a client in the past where they had really good creatives, and ultimately, after that said creatives and everything was up and running, of course, there was tweaks in the media buying strategy that could have been optimal. But what we noticed and ultimately what we saw was, okay, you have great creatives, tweaks in the media buying process, but we saw there's a drop off from the amount of people that click on said creative onto the landing page, right? There was like a 50% drop off. So then what we did was we looked at, okay, what's the loading speed of your main website? Because we already created a lander, an optimal lander for the access channel we're running ads on, which is TikTok, right? But we looked at the loading speed of the main website, and the performance from page speed insights was sub 18 or sub 15, right around that range. Whereas with other brands that we've worked with and other clients, on average, the speed in which the website is loaded is roughly around like 80 to 70. Like anything below 70, right, you need to tweak. You need to improve that loading speed, because if your website loading speed is slow and then your landing page is slow, where it takes anywhere from 20 to 25 to even 30 seconds for that the whole functionality of landing page to load, and you're advertising on TikTok, well, then your CPA is going to completely suffer, because you have to remember the access channel you're using and who the people you're targeting, right? For the TikTok audience, it's very fast paced. These guys have low attention spans. And if they wait more than 20 seconds to get the full access to add to cart, right, well, then there's going to be a 50% drop off, of course, right? So the hack was we improved the loading speed, right? And that's literally just, there's unused JavaScript. You clean that up. And then there's other hacks. We have somebody in our team that's dedicated to that specific role. But those hacks allowed us to then improve the CPA from the front end to get to a profitable customer acquisition cost, right? So it's not just a game of like creatives anymore, right? Of course, you can have really good creatives, but if your post-click process isn't optimized, well, then your results are going to reflect that, right? If your offers aren't optimized, your CPA is going to reflect that. Even all these steps for said access channel, right? If they're not optimized for, let's say, the TikTok audience, well, then your CPA is going to reflect that, right? So it's a domino effect, step by step, that you have to, whether you're an agency owner or if you're a D2C founder, you have to analyze these steps, come up with hypothesis, and then test these to then increase your CPA over time, right? And it's just a matter of constantly just tweaking these entire variables, right? And there's going to be, like, these variables are interchangeable. For example, if you have bad creatives, well, then that's going to reflect on the amount of the cost per click you're seeing or the cost per landing page view, right? And which, when you improve the creatives, well, then your cost per click is going to be sub $3, sub $5, right? Your CPM is going to, it's just a byproduct of your targeting, right? But when you have really good creatives and you see there's a drop off post click, let's say the amount of what TikTok is attributing is like you have 100 people clicking from your creative to your landing page, but only 50 people are actually clicking on that landing page link itself or staying on when that landing page is loaded. Well, then that tells me you have a post-click issue, right? Let's say you fix the creatives, you fix the post-click process, and as mentioned, the break-even CAC, you're at 1-to-1 ratio, right? But still not optimal. You're seeing some drop off in regards to, you might get a ton of add to carts, but low conversion rate, right? That's where, okay, the next step would be offers. What can I do to entice more people to buy? Is it more so focusing on the AOV bundle package? What is it, right? And the days of primarily just focusing on one single product, right? It's CPAs are going to increase over time, right? We're in 2023, right? Competition's getting more and more stagnant. So what happens now is if you shift your focus onto increasing the AOV of said product, well, then the results, you have more wiggle room to work with, right? And then you send your brand, your product as a premium. That's another way where you might have an increase in CPA, but you're selling a higher ticket AOV, and there's more room for you to break even and possibly even see a positive return of a 1.5x, a 2x to really increase that margin on your surplus to cash flow, right? These are just fundamentals and business principles in which you can apply with no matter your scenario. And this is just more so a guideline that we utilize on the daily basis for our clients to navigate and create ideas and hypotheses, right? So from this, like, these variables don't change at all, right? These variables do not change at all, no matter what you're selling, right? Because, for example, you might have creatives and then the creatives fatigue out, right? So now you have to create more of these winning creatives, right? You might have a post-click process after it runs for 6 months to a year, and then you might have to tweak something, or you might have to tweak the offer itself, right? So these are always constantly interchangeable because the market is always changing and you're selling a product to a specific customer base, and they might need some new additions, or if you have a new product line or so on and so forth. But when you take these variables and apply it to your current scenario, right, sky is the limit, and this is how you can see success over time rather quickly. So if you enjoyed this, I'll be posting more of this stuff down the line, just breaking more protocols and ultimately just sharing my notes from a client-to-client basis, taking the feedback I learned from each client's ad account and just sharing it here so that you guys can also take this value and you can actually get results for your clients. Or if you're a D2C founder, right, you can get results for your brand just as things are changing. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.